It's 1857. The Indian Rebellion has just been crushed, and the British were in absolutely no mood for second chances. Hundreds of rebels were executed in large numbers. Some were hanged, some were shot, and some were literally tied to the mouths of firing cannons. The East India Company, having spectacularly mismanaged an entire subcontinent, is politely removed from existence. And in 1858, the British Crown takes direct control of India.
Ugh, thank God. These guys have no idea how to rule a place. Good thing you're here to give us our freedom.
Yeah, I would not say free. More like under new management. We are going to be super nice now. No more seizing land. We'll maybe try to respect your religions, and we'll treat everyone equally. Really? No. Britain had learned exactly one lesson from the 1857 rebellion. Indians had too many guns and too much in common with each other. So they started fixing it. First, the army. Before the rebellion, Indian soldiers significantly outnumbered British troops. That imbalance is corrected. Next, infrastructure. Railways exploded across India. Telegraph lines connected every major city. So, where does this train go? To the port. Oh, nice. So I can travel where your rice will be loaded onto ships and taken to Britain. My rice? Our rice. Also, stop growing rice, cotton, indigo. Grow those instead. Export crops. Much more valuable. But I need rice to eat. What you need is cash to pay your taxes. What taxes? The new ones we're introducing to build more railways. To ship more of my crops to Britain? Now you're getting it. Cheer up. The train is very fast. The railways weren't built to connect India. They were built to drain it. India was feeding Britain's Industrial Revolution, and Britain was feeding India? Not very much, actually. Because soon after this, crops failed across massive stretches of India due to a lack of monsoon. Fields that should have been full were dust. India had a serious food shortage. Britain's response was to keep exporting wheat from India to Britain anyway. They had a policy called the Malthusian Doctrine. They genuinely believed that feeding the poor would make things worse. Whatever food remained became unaffordably expensive. This resulted in the Great Famine of 1877. On top of this, the British also changed the traditional Indian education system by replacing it with English language and Western education. They hoped that by educating the locals on topics like literature, law, and philosophy, they will start admiring the Western way of life and happily assist in running the colony. Their education system is trash. We should totally implement a Western style of education on these people. That's a lovely idea. Won't an educated group of people start asking us questions? What kind of questions could they possibly, like why we're here and whether we should leave? They won't do that. So they set up modern universities across India. As a new English-educated group of Indians emerged, a British man, of all people, brought a bunch of these guys together to form the Indian National Congress, a political discussion club, and they started asking questions. So according to John Stuart Mill, all people are entitled to political representation? That's correct. And according to your constitution, taxing people without representation is wrong? Also correct. So why exactly are we not represented in our own government? The Indian National Congress was at this point absolutely terrifying to no one. It only consisted of elite educated Indians who wrote very well-structured letters of complaint to the British who didn't read them. They did not demand independence. They just wanted the British to maybe, possibly, if it wasn't too much trouble, stop being so mean. Taxes, trade profits, salaries paid to British officials, wealth was flowing out of India. The British didn't see the Congress as a threat, but rather as a minor inconvenience. But then the Congress started publishing newspapers, and that made Britain mildly nervous. So they did what any empire that officially, proudly, loudly believed in freedom of the press would do. They shut the newspapers down. The British Empire, which officially practiced free speech and took pride in it, was now jailing people for writing things down. As a result, a new group of young leaders became frustrated with the moderates who didn't achieve much. They had a more aggressive approach and didn't believe in writing formal requests. While this was happening, a British viceroy woke up and said to himself, "Wow, what a perfectly fine province. I have absolutely no need to split it in half. But I'm gonna do it anyway, just for the love of the game." He announces the partition of Bengal.